Quick question for you, Saints fans. Are you excited about the future with Spencer Rattler? I'm really pumped up, so I'm typing my pumped. But if you're a little concerned or you're not really high on him, or you'd rather have Jake Haener be the QB1 of the future, type dumped down below. It's pumped or dumped, baby. I want to hear from you. In today's video, I want to discuss what wide receiver Chris Olave had to say about rookie quarterback and fifth-round selection Spencer Rattler. He showed him a lot of love. He was praising him, and obviously we know that Spencer Rattler hasn't been getting a lot of work with the ones. That's also the case with Jake Haener, but in the limited work they have gotten together, number 12 is a big fan of number 18, and here's what he had to say in a press conference after practice the other day. He's really talented. Rattler's arm talent is off the charts. I want to see him in action, but from my first impression, he is going to be a really good player. And that right there speaks volumes to me. And we all know coming out of college, Spencer Rattler was a guy who was praised for his arm talent. Dating back to his days in high school, he was one of those players that a lot of people were looking ahead and saying, this is the guy. He is going to be the next great quarterback. He is going to be so good in the NFL. And then we all know how things kind of transpired. He went to Oklahoma. He got benched for Caleb Williams, moved to South Carolina. And with Shane Beamer and the Gamecocks, he actually put up some pretty decent numbers. He was able to mature a little bit and able to, in my opinion, move past all that nonsense from the QB1 show that was, a very not good look for the quarterback. But I will say this, I'm really pumped up for Spencer Rattler. He has so much upside, and I think for a rookie quarterback, the guy who will either be QB2 or QB3, he's in a phenomenal situation where he can grow, he can learn, and he can develop, and hopefully he can be a great quarterback when it is hopefully and inevitably his time to start. Now, I will say this, guys. We are back. I am done with my travel for the foreseeable future. So I'm here. I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to talk about some Saints football. So we're going to have our live shows twice a week. Once again, we're starting off on Wednesday, tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Time. So I encourage you to join us. We're going to be talking a lot about training camp, roster projections, all this fun stuff. And then on top of that, we're going to be live again on Friday, August 2nd at 3 p.m. Central Time. So be sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications. We got a lot of fun for both of those live shows, and I hope to see you guys there. So let's get back to the reports around Spencer Rattler and at day 4 of training camp. This was actually described as one of Rattler's best days the entire offseason. And the practices for Spencer Rattler, it was really good the other day. And I do understand that when it comes to Spencer Rattler at OTAs and at minicamp, there wasn't, I'm not going to say there wasn't good. There was a lot of good, but there was also a considerable amount of things to look at and to pay attention to. And Dennis Allen was even vocal about saying, I'm liking what I'm seeing, but there needs to be improvement. And I think that that's what we're seeing right now. And a big thing for me about Spencer Rattler and why I'm so excited is he has such a high ceiling. Look at this article from back in June of 2021. The NFL mock draft, Spencer Rattler projected number 1 overall. So this is the kind of player we're getting. The New Orleans Saints have drafted a guy in the 5th round who has such a high ceiling, so much potential, so much upside that it almost is insane that he fell all the way down to a pick 150. And I will add this. I think that when it comes to Spencer Rattler, this whole thing that he was the number 1 overall pick, he has all this hype. Yeah, I think that was a distraction. I think it was something that added pressure to him. And right now, Spencer Rattler has no pressure. He's the backup quarterback, maybe even the QB3. There's nothing that he needs to do right now to go and start today. He is not going to be the QB1 this year. It's going to be Derek Carr. And I truly do believe in the long term, Spencer Rattler can be great. And here's a few reasons why. We've gone through this graphic before, but I think it's really telling. And I think it does a good job of just kind of giving you the spark notes of why you should be excited as to have Spencer Rattler in the QB room. Like we mentioned, he has incredible arm talent. And It's already been reported. It's been praised. It's been discussed a lot by media, coaches, and other players. The pocket awareness and toughness is definitely something that I really like. He has really good accuracy at all three levels of the field. And on top of that, he can make plays out of structure and buy some more time, get out of the pocket, and then, huck down the pass and deliver the pill to whoever the receiver is. And my big one right here, I mentioned it kind of briefly a second ago. He can sit, he can learn, he can develop. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, leads to wins. Now, earlier this summer, like I mentioned, Spencer Rattler was showing flashes. But at the end of the day, he needed to show improvement if he wanted to be the QB2. There was a lot of chatter at OTAs and minicamp at the first part in phase 1 and 2 of the offseason that he was struggling and that Haener was looking really good and that Rattler wasn't really separating himself as the QB2. But for what we're seeing at training camp right now, he's doing exactly that. He is showing improvement. He is showing growth. And I do believe that this right here, this guy, I'm trying to get it right here, Spencer Rattler, I think that he is a very instinctual player. I think he's a smart player. And that right there is enough reason for me to have some hype around a very young and exciting quarterback prospect. Now, I got a lot more to discuss here in just 1 second, but I got to give a big time shout out to Game Time for sponsoring today's video. Now, fun little fact about me today, July 30th is my baby brother's 21st birthday, and I got him some tickets to his favorite band with the Game Time app, and I was able to save get $20 off my first purchase because I used the code CHATSPORTS. You see it at the bottom of your screen. When you download the Game Time app and you create an account and use code CHATSPORTS, that's code CHATSPORTS, you will get $20 off your first purchase. And if you're not an NFL guy, if you're not a hoops guy, if you like baseball, there's a lot of really good things that you can go and get tickets to. And I know that New Orleans always has live events happening. So if you want to go to concerts, comedy shows, sporting events, whether it's professional, college level, or anything, you can get some tickets with the Game Time app. And they even have tickets available for the preseason games and the regular season games as well. So if you want to go and get some seats, if you want to see what your vantage point is going to be, and you want to be able to save some money, your information's right here. It's going to be in the comment section and description of this video. One more time, I need you to take the guesswork out of buying tickets to the MLB, NFL, college sports, and other live events by using the Game Time app. Terms do apply. One more time, create an account and redeem code CHAT Sports. That's code CHAT Sports for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. So I do think that there's a lot of really fun things to discuss around training camp. And, just to kind of give you a little TED Talk, just a little ramble, if we will. Training camp is fun because we get to just have this ridiculous hype, this ridiculous excitement. We finally are out of the lull of not really any sports going on. And, when you see reports like this from Ross Jackson, I'll tell you what, it's a good thing you guys can't see below the desk right now. Spencer Rattler, he's been able to connect, and this clip right here of the 40-yard play to Mason Tipton was absolutely nuts. And to be honest, I love the fact that Spencer Rattler is gaining a lot of chemistry with some of these young players. The reports have been that he's been targeting Bub Means, Mason Tipton, and Dallin Holker quite a bit, and even A.T. Perry's been getting some run with Spencer Rattler. And obviously, again, he hasn't been working with the ones that much. Neither has Haener, but they have gotten some work for obvious reasons. But the end of the day, you're not going to see him getting a ton of reps with Chris Olave. You're not going to see him getting a ton of reps with Rashid Shaheed and Alvin Kamara. So it is nice to see them building the chemistry with the younger guys deeper in the depth chart. And I will add this. The QB2 battle is certainly interesting. And I do think that when it comes to Jake Haener, he does have a lot of really good things in his game, and I think that he has shown flashes of being a talented player. And to be honest, I actually liked what I saw in the preseason last year, but when it comes down to the QB2 battle, these two players, they are very, very similar. It's actually kind of wild how close these two profiles, at least in terms of their athletic profiles, 6 foot, 218 versus 6'1", 200 pounds. The completion percentages, pretty close. The yards favor Spencer Rattler. The touchdowns favor Spencer Rattler, but not by a wide margin. But Jake Haener a significantly better decision maker when it comes to not throwing interceptions throughout his collegiate career. And I will add this for Spencer Rattler, it's 2020 through 2023. So those are the years that he was actually a starter, not the few games that he played before he got benched in his first season at Oklahoma. So that's, the context there. That's why it's not all of his years in college. But I also will add this from John DeShazier. This makes things a little interesting. I'm going to say interesting because the reports right now, Jake Haener has a rare form of skin cancer. It's not considered to be life-threatening, and it hasn't prevented him from being out at practice and participating at training camp. So tomorrow on August 1st, he's going to have an evaluation, and they're going to come up with a treatment plan for Jake Haener. So that's worth noting. That's something that I think we all need to be aware of, and nothing but love and recovery and good wishes to Jake Haener. I know I've been personally affected by cancer. I know most likely everyone who watches this video knows somebody or has been personally affected by cancer. It fucking sucks. Cancer blows. It is the worst thing about everything, in my personal opinion. So I just want to send some love to Jake Haener and wish him a speedy recovery. But I do want to ask you this question. Who's going to end up being the QB2? Will it be Jake Haener or will it be Spencer Rattler? I want you to just type their initials down in the comment section. Now, final thoughts. I just kind of said it a second ago, but I just want to take a really quick second to wish nothing but blessings and a speedy recovery to Jake Haener for his battle with skin cancer. It's not a fun thing. It is, it's nice news that it isn't considered to be life-threatening and that it hasn't kept him off the field, but it is concerning. Skin cancer is, cancer nonetheless, and cancer sucks. So I just want to take a quick second, say, Jake, keep fighting, brother. You're going to absolutely come back stronger than all of this, and nothing but love and nothing but a speedy recovery to you, my friend. Y'all stay golden. We got more content coming for you later.